everyone, thanks again for tuning in to Sin's Workshop. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Contest of Queens by Jordan H. Bartlett. This was the Book of the Month winner on sinsworkshop.com for January of 2022. I'm trying to stay more on top of my Book of the Month winners so that I can get them reviewed soon. So, of course, my pile on my dresser never just stays the way it is. But whatever. This is a young adult fantasy, and I did have the opportunity to interview the author for my website. You can check out the interview on sinsworkshop.com. And that I say that is important because in the interview, I did ask her a question about fairy tales, and what she revealed to me before I had even started reading Contest of Queens is that Contest of Queens did begin as a sort of Jack and the Beanstalk retelling. I definitely got that vibe when I started reading it. I think it's a really strong vibe for the storytelling, but that's not a bad thing. It is actually a pretty good thing because the story follows the queendom, right? You got your queendom, you got your two realms, and you have the uprights. They are the people who live high up. I'm just going to say in the mountains, the clouds, above the cliffs, all right? So they live a life of kind of luxury almost, right? And then you have the lowerites. So they are everyone who lives below the cliffs. As you would imagine, they don't interact a lot with one another, and they both have a lot of prejudices against the other. But they do depend on each other to survive. They are a queendom. However, the queendom themselves, you have your queen, you have your council. They don't really put a lot of stock in the lower kingdom because they're not from the lower kingdom. And so you have this person who's supposed to be in charge, and as great as they are, we only get to meet her for a couple minutes. She seems like a very compassionate woman. We're not really seeing how much she actually cares for the people outside of her immediate reach. Is that a fault of hers or is it a fault of the council? Maybe it's both, right? You have the 1% who only kind of care about the 1%, and then you have everyone else, the 99%, who are just they want more. And so because of this, they do kind of form rather prejudiced beliefs on one another, about one another. And the story follows Jacqueline and it follows Connor. So Connor is the prince. Is he going to become king? Maybe. He could become king consort, or he could become advisor to the queen. Just because he was born into the role doesn't mean he actually gets to be in the position of power, especially after his mother is assassinated, because this is a queendom. Let me stress that. This book is very, very feminist, and that's not a bad thing. It's a really interesting take on gender role reversals. You have your queen, you have her council, comprised solely of women, and then you have the knights, the guards, again, all women. It's just women. Again, it is a queendom. And you don't really understand. When I was reading it, I'm like, okay, great, it's a queendom, right? I was thinking it's a queendom because she's a queen. It wasn't until the story was really progressing that I'm really seeing, wow, this is a really strong swap on gender roles. I thought that was really cool, honestly. You're really seeing the other side, the other perspective of it. And it does kind of fall into the same traps as a male-dominated society. You have the women here who, uh, there is a point in the story when, Jacqueline, she hears some girls talking about, can you believe men want to be knights? That kind of thing. And that, I'm pretty sure I quoted it perfectly, tone and everything. And Jacqueline just kind of looks at them and she's just like, well, why can't men be knights? She's like, and the girls are just like, are you kidding? They don't have the restraint. They can't control their anger, blah, 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 blah. Right? So it's pretty much the same thing you kind of hear about what men say about women. It's just switched. So I thought it was really interesting because it is also kind of accurate. When it comes to some things, women do think, I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to fixing things around the house, it's usually me who does it, not my husband. I'm the one who put our bed together, I put the crib together. I like putting things together. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But, when it comes to other things, he's definitely better at burping our baby than me. I feel like I don't hit her. I feel like I'm scared of like tapping her on the back too hard. And he does it. He's perfect at it. Perfect, absolutely perfect. I change diapers better than him though. But he definitely burps them better. He's definitely better at making sure, probably because I spoil my son. I can't help it. He's just so cute. He's definitely more firm, and my husband can put him down to sleep. When I try to put my kid down for a nap, it's just like, no, and I'm like, all right, come here. Because I spoil him rotten. So there's a perfect balance in this household, thank God. Thank the gods, honestly. So, I do think in this book, you really have to focus. You're seeing it from the other side, and it just makes you think about equality even more. There has to be a balance, and I really like that. I like that in the novel. I like how there is this balance that we're seeing. You can't, as in Dragonlance, the pendulum must swing, right? Can't just stay over on one side because things just fall out of whack, The balance must be maintained. That's another Dragonlance quote. Sorry, not sorry. But you're really given something to think about, You're really thinking about the equality. You're really thinking about also how being too feminist and disregarding men as a whole isn't great either, There's nothing wrong with Jacqueline. Jacqueline is a perfect example, and so are her friends. There's nothing wrong with showcasing your feminine prowess, as long as you're not diminishing the qualities of someone else. Like I said, there has to be a balance and there has to be equality. There shouldn't be, like, some of the characters are clearly man-hating, and I love how Jacqueline's not. Jacqueline is all about, you kind of see in her mentality, she's like, well, why can't a guy be a knight? She doesn't see a problem with that, and they're like, well, they can't do blah blah blah. She's like, well, that's what you're there for. You're there to train them, to teach them. Jacqueline's like, I don't really see the problem. Jacqueline is all about creating that equality. And that's part of why she enters the contest of queens, because something else that happens in the story, you are also seeing omnipresent government surveillance. After the queen dies, the council and the king are using her death to further their own prejudices. Like, no, we have to watch everyone. They're all criminals. And it's just like, no, they're not. They are not all criminals. That is the wrong thing to think. So she wants to fight for equality, for the lower rights as well. Oh, my girl just woke up from her nap. You are seeing that she wants this equality for the classes. You're seeing this structure of a classist society. And you're seeing how they're taking this Orwellian, not Oscar Wilde, Orwell's 1984, pretty much. What's happening here is they are putting a scrying crystal, which is basically like a camera in every single household. You have to register who you are. That way they can peek in on you whenever they want and spy on you whenever they want. Of course, it's with your permission. Right? Sure. Yeah, sure it is. And Jacqueline's like, this is an invasion of privacy. This is an invasion of our rights. And she's right. 100% right. It's never okay for a government to just invade the privacy of its people because it's so paranoid about something. It's just like, you're adding fuel to the flames. You know, these people, this terrorist group called the Levelist, they want to level the playing field. They want the equality. You treating this group of people even worse and abusing your power over them, you're just adding more fuel to the fire. Find out what the problem is and try to solve it instead of just trying to stomp them down. You know, right, girl? Yes. You know, instead of just trying to stomp them down, you have to create this dialogue. There has to be a dialogue. And that's what Jacqueline is striving for. She gets in her hot air balloon and she sneaks up to the upper realm and she's just like, all right, I have to win this contest of queens. All right, I can do this. Whoop, whoop. And then she's kind of amazing. She wants to end the injustices. She wants to strive for an equal. She wants that equality, you know, based on their. She wants equality for the people, regardless of social status or where they're from. You know, she wants the equality for gender. You know, it's like if you're a guy and you want to be a knight, well, then why not? You know. Connor himself, he would have been a good king. But with the contest of queens, which is rigged against the lower realm, pretty much. You know, he doesn't really get that choice. But, you know, there's a nice twist at the end. This is a monarchy, right? It's a queendom. But there are a lot of, why am I blanking on the word? Democratic. I don't know why I blanked on that word. There are a lot of democratic undertones for the storytelling. He's like, all right, you want your next queen? Fine, but it's not going to be on your terms. It's going to be on the terms of the people. The people will get to choose their next queen. And they end up voting. And of course, they end up voting for, their guess is, Jacqueline. Much to the cringe of of the council and many of the upper realm. So, you know, it's a really good book. It's very thoughtful. And I'm gonna have to wrap this up because I look at her. She's getting fussy. She might need a diaper change. And this is definitely worth the read. I will give this book 4 out of 5 stars. It was really good. I'm really excited that the author has already, she already let me know. And if you haven't read my interview with her on Sin's Workshop, she did let me know in the interview that yes, this book is going to get a sequel. I'm really excited to see where that's going to go. So on that note, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Please don't forget to support the author by purchasing a book from your local bookseller. And On that note, have a great rest of your day, everyone.